Good day and welcome to Trending Update USA. I'm Stefan, and today we bring you a story that has completely shaken the tennis world and left fans, analysts, and fellow players scrambling for answers. Coco Gauff, one of the most recognizable and influential athletes of her generation, has dropped what many are calling a complete bombshell, a revelation so unexpected that fans are still trying to process what it means for her career, for women's tennis, and for the future of the sport itself. When a player of Gauff's stature speaks openly, honestly, and without filters, the impact is immediate and powerful. This isn't just another headline. This is a moment of truth that has opened up deeper conversations about pressure, identity, ambition, and what it truly means to live under the global spotlight from such a young age. Coco Gauff has never been just another tennis player. From the moment she burst onto the scene as a teenager defeating Venus Williams at Wimbledon, the expectations placed on her were massive. She was labeled the future of American tennis before she was even old enough to drive. With every victory came praise, and with every defeat came scrutiny. Over time, the public image of Coco Gauff grew larger than the person herself. And now, in a raw and revealing moment, Gauff has spoken in a way that suggests there is far more beneath the surface than fans ever realized. While details of her bombshell comments have sparked widespread debate, the tone of her message was unmistakable. Gauff made it clear that success does not automatically erase pressure. Winning Grand Slams does not silence self-doubt forever. Being a global icon does not protect you from emotional exhaustion. For many fans, this honesty was both shocking and refreshing. In a sports culture that often glorifies toughness and silence, Gauff chose transparency. And that choice has changed the conversation. The reaction was instant. Social media platforms exploded within minutes of her comments surfacing. Some fans expressed concern, others admiration. Many admitted they never considered what it must feel like to grow up in front of cameras, expectations, comparisons, and constant judgment. Tennis analysts began re-evaluating her recent performances through a new lens, questioning whether moments of inconsistency or frustration were signs of deeper internal battles rather than technical flaws. This revelation turned speculation into empathy and shifted the narrative from results alone to the human experience behind them. What makes this moment even more striking is Coco Gauff's position in the sport. This is not a player struggling to stay relevant or searching for direction. This is a Grand Slam champion, a WTA Finals winner, a top-ranked player, and a commercial powerhouse. Her words challenged a long-held assumption that reaching the top automatically brings peace. Instead, she revealed that the higher you climb, the heavier the expectations become, and the quieter your own voice can sometimes feel. Gauff spoke about how pressure evolves over time. Early in her career, the pressure was about promise and potential. Later, it became about fulfilling expectations. After winning major titles, the pressure shifted again, no longer about proving she could do it, but about proving she could keep doing it. That cycle, she suggested, can become mentally exhausting. And for the first time, she openly acknowledged how difficult it can be to navigate that reality while still trying to enjoy the sport she fell in love with as a child. Fans who have followed her journey closely noticed subtle changes over the last year. More composed press conferences. Thoughtful reflections after losses. A deeper awareness of mental health and balance. This bombshell moment didn't come out of nowhere. It was the culmination of years of growth, experience, and self-reflection. Gauff is no longer just reacting to the tennis world. She is actively shaping the conversation around what it means to be a young superstar in a demanding global sport. One of the most discussed aspects of her revelation was how she described learning to separate her identity from her results. She emphasized that there was a time when every win defined her worth and every loss felt like a personal failure. Over time, she realized how dangerous that mindset could be. For fans, especially younger athletes, this message resonated deeply. It reframed success as something broader than trophies and rankings, and it challenged the idea that happiness automatically follows victory. The tennis community responded with overwhelming support. Former players praised her courage. Current competitors related to her experience. coaches and sports psychologists highlighted how important conversations like this are for the future of athlete development. In an era where burnout is becoming more common among young stars, Gauff's honesty may prove to be a turning point. This moment also raises important questions about the structure of modern professional tennis. The relentless schedule, constant travel, media obligations, and commercial responsibilities place enormous demands on players. For someone who entered the spotlight so young, the cumulative weight can be particularly intense. Gauff's comments didn't directly criticize the system, but they did shine a light on how challenging it can be to grow, evolve, and protect mental well-being in such an environment. What's remarkable is that despite the heaviness of her words, Gauff's outlook remains hopeful. She spoke not from a place of despair but from clarity. She emphasized learning, adjusting, and finding balance. Rather than stepping away, she expressed a renewed commitment to rediscovering joy in competition. That nuance is critical. This wasn't a sign of withdrawal. It was a declaration of self-awareness and growth. For fans, the bombshell was not about controversy, but vulnerability. In a sports world often driven by highlight reels and trophy counts, Gauff reminded everyone that athletes are human beings first. Her message challenged unrealistic expectations and encouraged a healthier relationship between fans and the players they admire. Instead of demanding perfection, she invited understanding. Looking ahead, this revelation could mark the beginning of a new chapter in Coco Gauff's career. A chapter defined not just by wins, but by intentional choices, mental clarity, and sustained excellence. History has shown that athletes who reach this level of self-awareness often go on to enjoy longer, more fulfilling careers. With her talent, discipline, and now deeper perspective, Gauff may be entering her most dangerous phase yet, not weighed down by pressure, but empowered by understanding. The ripple effect of her comments extends beyond tennis. Young athletes across sports, especially those thrust into early fame, saw themselves reflected in her words. Parents, coaches, and organizations were reminded of the responsibility they hold in nurturing not just talent, but well-being. And fans were encouraged to support athletes not only in victory, but in honesty. As the tennis season continues, every match Coco Gauff plays will be viewed through this new lens. Wins will be celebrated, losses understood more deeply. Her journey, already inspiring, has gained an added layer of meaning. This bombshell moment didn't weaken her image, it strengthened it. By speaking openly, she redefined strength itself. In the end, Coco Gauff didn't just drop a surprise on the tennis world. She started a conversation that the sport desperately needed. A conversation about pressure, expectations, balance, and humanity. Fans may still be processing what she shared, but one thing is clear: this moment will be remembered as more than a headline. It will be remembered as a turning point. This is Trending Update USA. I'm Stefan. Thank you for staying with us for this deep dive into one of the most talked about moments in recent tennis history. Stay tuned for more updates, insights, and stories that go beyond the scores and into the heart of the game.